Fáilte. Good evening. Welcome to Live Irish Myths, the final episode of 2025, episode number 355. A very good evening from the Boyne Valley to you, wherever you are in the world, whether you're watching on the Mythical Ireland Facebook page or indeed on the Mythical Ireland YouTube channel. Please do feel free to join in the conversation, say hello, leave a comment, and we will include you in the conversation. Today's subject is kind of open, really. No major preparation for this one. Quelle surprise! But we'll maybe, I mean, I was even thinking of taking prompts if there's something in particular people would like me to talk about. But we'll certainly have a look back on 2025 and maybe have a little look forward to 2026. I know it's creeping around the corner now, and we want to tell it to be good to us principally. Anyway, before we get started officially, it is incumbent upon me to say hello to those who have already commented. First tonight to comment is Tuesday Thompson, saying Happy Mythology Monday. Happy Mythology Monday indeed to you, Tuesday. And excuse me, what was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. This is disturbing. Yes, I forgot to say it's good evening from me because it's 8:05 in the evening here in the Boyne Valley. It's been a dull day. We've had 2 overcast days in a row, but there's been no rain. So I guess we've got to look on the bright side. The previous day, which was Saturday, was glorious. Blue skies all day long, sunshine, gorgeous day. Anyway, hello to you, Tuesday. Lily Shambles is saying good evening, watching on YouTube. Hello, Lily. Helen Hirsch Chader is watching also on YouTube. Greetings from the Black Hills of South Dakota. A very good afternoon to you, Helen. Amanda June Haggerty is saying hello, all. Happy holidays. Well, are we all stuffed with Christmas pudding and mince pies and Brussels sprouts and all manner of good foods? I hope so. And I hope that you're not all too sort of hungover, whether that be from food, alcohol, or other sources. Johnny Wilson is saying a big howdy from Dallas, Texas. Yesterday was 28 degrees. Now it's very windy and 4. Wow. That's a big change. What temperature is it here right now? It is 6. So that's some boast. We're warmer here in the Boyne Valley at night than you are in Texas during the day. Wow. Eileen Dingenfelter reports that it's cold at 5.5 degrees, a degree and a half warmer than where Johnny is, also in the same state. However, still colder than it is here in the Boyne Valley, and I would put 6 degrees Celsius at cold. Interesting. Goddess Bonia, and that's John Main, says greetings from a mild Crete. A local told me the 25th of December is the day the sun returns. It was celebrated in ancient times. And to throw and smash a pomegranate on New Year's Day is a tradition. Wow. Yeah, so the 25th, that makes sense, because the 25th is probably the first of the days upon which the sun's movement on the horizon at sunrise and sunset is actually perceptible. Because for several days around solstice, it's stopped, Hard to believe that we are now more than a week past winter solstice. And of course, we are about 5 or 5.5 weeks from the next celebration in the ancient Celtic calendar. And that is, of course, Imbolc, Oimelg, at the beginning of February. You might call that time of the year St. Bridget's Day, but as I think there's an article on my website about Bridget's Day and Imbolc not being the same thing. And we'll get to that when the time comes around. Joe Butler, Auntie Joe, is saying hello from sunny and cold Colorado. There was a little snow on Saturday, and it's mostly melted now. The Colorado ski areas are hurting because of lack of snow. Wow, I presume. Good afternoon, Joe. Hope you're in good form and well fed over the Christmas. Well fed and watered as we say in this part of the world. And Scott Doherty saying, hello, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the holidays. I was back at work today, believe it or not. Anyway, Rex Q. Fortenberry says, greetings, fellow humans, from a cool 52 Fahrenheit and breezy, swampish Louisiana. What is 52 Fahrenheit in Celsius? 11. Okay, that's cool for Louisiana. Ready to ride the mythic wave into the new year. I like that. Let's ride that wave of myths into the new year. Ulla Conrad says, hello from Denmark with 1 degree, but sunshine before it all went dark again at 4 p.m. Yeah, sunset is it's probably just shortly after 4 p.m. here. Sunset times in Drogheda, of course, is how we say it in this fine city. 16:12, 4:12 p.m. Okay, yeah. So there's a bit of a stretch in the evenings, as they say. Michael Pike, greetings, Anthony and the Mugti Tua at the end of 2025. Typo there from Mughal Puke. See what I did there? Never mind. Sorry. Anyway, good afternoon to you, Michael. Thank you for joining us. Michael Ray Fox. Not to be confused with Michael J. Fox. He's Back to the Future. Hello from Eastern Ontario, Canada. Good afternoon to you, Michael. Brian McKay says, Laha Brega Ata Aun Ahua. Mine is wet, snowy, and iced. Dultach. Dudloch. Where are you? Remind me again, Brian, because you're not in Ireland if it's icy and snowy. Nico and Stephen Sher Crowkiller say, good evening, Anthony and Mythflix family. Wishing you all an early Happy New Year. Mouse and her crew send tail wags to Coda and Saskia and all the furry friends. 64 degrees in Concho, Arizona today. 64 Fahrenheit is almost 18 Celsius. Oh, that's nice. That's decent. Mr. Marmello 555 on YouTube is saying hype from NZ and 2 Kiwis. Hype to you too, and a very good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you for joining us. Most of us are still stuck in Monday, but that's okay. We are perfectly happy to live stream across international date lines. Brendan reports that it's 5 degrees Celsius in Glendalough and a night for the fire. Good evening, one and all. Yes, indeed. I can see it. I can see the picture. You're sitting there ensconced in your armchair, feet up on a poof or a little footstool, slippers on, glass of brandy or whiskey in the hand, remote control for the TV, big flat screen, watching Anthony and listening as the fire crackles in the background. That sounds idyllic, actually, apart from that annoying voice that tells stupid dad jokes and goes down rabbit holes. Hand pink waving. That did not translate into an emoji on this side, Mr. Marmello 555. But anyway, never mind. We are glad that you were able to send such things. Desiree Riley is saying hello to all the Tua. We had extra hello there today. Well, me and Amadeus are happy to be here with everyone. And we're happy to have you here. What a good boy Amadeus is. Barbara Murphy's just popping on to wish everyone well. I won't be able to stay, or if I do, it'll be listening only. Thanks, Anthony, and all the Tua for a lot of fun hours in 2025. And look forward to more in 2026. Bring it on, Barbara. Another Murphy. Brilliant stuff. The Wild Witch is saying greetings from Pennsylvania, watching on YouTube. Hello, The Wild Witch. A very good afternoon to you from the Boyne Valley, where it's definitely evening. Well, it's night because it's dark. Denise Cassidy says Belfast watching. Wow, is that like the whole of Belfast? Denise, how good of you to join us. I hope you had a nice Christmas. Carmel Cannon is saying, hi all, watching from Fermanagh. Hello, Carmel. A very good evening to you from the wee county of County Louth. Linda Bird is saying hello from a very windy Maryland. 41 Fahrenheit with a wind chill of 23. Oh my God. So 41 is 5 degrees. 23 is -5. Oh yeah. All I can say is I'm glad I'm living here and not there right now. Catherine Cleary says, cheers to everyone from a beautiful day in sunny San Diego. 70 degrees with boats scattered on the harbour. Still, I miss Ireland and wish I was bringing in the new year there. I can understand that. But hey, 70 degrees in San Diego. I'm not sure I'd swap that. 21 degrees Celsius. Oh, nice. Anne McCallum says, hello, Antone and all the mighty Tua. Hope everyone's in good health and staying warm. We're having more snow today, coupled with poor visibility, fierce winds, making the temperature feel like, wait for it, grab your chairs, pull your blankets over you, -17 degrees Celsius. So another fine day to stay indoors listening to Storytime. I agree. I would not even open the door on a day like that. Never mind consider stepping outside. Rocio Marianne Lopez says, woohoo, just in time. Hello, Mr. Anthony and all the Tua. Here's very cold because we got rain since Christmas, and cold winds. A very rare thing here in Mexico. And by the way, happy holidays to everyone. Many happy returns. Hope Santa was good. Laura Inky Fingers is saying hello from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So much snow this year. Happy New Year. You'll have to build an extra big snowman, Laura. Very good afternoon to you from the Boyne Valley. Wow. Elaine says, yes, a big weather change. Yesterday we had the air conditioner on. Today it's the furnace. Wow. What a difference. What a difference a day makes. Leslie O'Neill is watching from Bettystown. That is in the county of Meath. It's only a little few miles away from where I am. Hope everyone is well and enjoyed Christmas. Dull but dry today, so I cycled to the Standing Stones of Baltray. I didn't know that they were there. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, I was there on winter solstice on the 21st, and a lovely little group had gathered. Rory O'Brien 2666 on YouTube says, greetings, Anthony and everyone. Grand old stretch in the evening. Yes, indeed. The great thing about having passed winter solstice is that the days are going to get longer and longer and longer, and we look forward to the coming back of the light. We definitely do. True, typos abound, says Mukul Puke. Sorry, I shouldn't, but I'm just trying to be funny. Trying is the yes, and I hear her saying it in the background at the same moment. Sequin1702 watching on YouTube is saying, good morning from Aotearoa, New Zealand. It's a chilly summer morning at 13 Celsius. Happy New Year, everyone. Well, a very good morning to you. Happy Tuesday from all of us who are still in Monday. There are a few of you down under watching today. And Aotearoa, yes, the land of the long white cloud. A very good morning to you indeed. We were told it's traditional in Cork to go to the beach at Christmas. So we have a trip to Kinsale planned tomorrow. Kinsale is lovely. I love Kinsale. The old head of Kinsale I really love. Garrettstown. Now there's a nice place. Oh, where's my tea? Oh, I didn't make it yet. It's not the voice that's annoying. The dad jokes, on the other hand, well, depends on the joke. That's from Tuesday Thompson. Bear with me one moment. There will be jokes. Glass raised to Mythical Ireland. Thank you, Brendan. And I shall raise a mug of tea in your honour. I just forgot to bring it in, so I'm going to have to go and do that now. Stephanie Ehlenberg is saying hello from Cavan. Hello, Stephanie. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. And may I take this opportunity to say Happy New Year to you. Brian is saying sunset is about 4:15 p.m. here in New Hampshire, about the same time as it is here in Drogheda, except for several hours later. But the New Hampshire, top of Appalachia in the White Mountains, about 10 cooler than Texas right now. Mount Washington has the coldest temperatures in the universe on record. I'll take your word for it. Edina Sparks says, afternoon, Anthony and the Tua. It's a chilly 48 Fahrenheit here in New Mexico. Hoping everyone is well. Hard to believe we're at the end of 2025. Mondays with the Tua has been one of the best things this year. Looking forward Sorry, I'm just translating. 48 Fahrenheit is 9 Celsius. Mondays has been one of the best things this year. Looking forward to 2026 and more Mythflix. I'll raise a glass to that, Adina. Absolutely. 38 degrees Fahrenheit where Desiree is, which is 3 degrees Celsius. Amadeus is loving the cool weather, being a bit naughty, wanting to stay and play outside. Sadly, no snow. Roberta Robbins is saying, hello, Anthony. It's a very wintry day here in Ontario in Canada. I can only imagine. Like, we don't really get any snow. We get a very, very little bit. And we haven't had any yet. So LMO is saying, season's greetings from Southern Alberta, Canada. May good health, hope, and joy be yours in abundance in 2026. Many happy returns. Love the profile picture, by the way. Oh, I love the old head. This time we were going for a silly walk up to Charles Fort. I've been there. Yes, indeed. Interesting place. John reports that it gets dark at about 5:30 p.m. in Crete. Yeah, bit of a difference. So maybe an hour and 20 minutes longer of a day than us. Longer of an evening. So it was probably similar in the morning, so a much longer day. GK Photographic says, good evening, great and good to another fine day on the sod. That's, yes. Jerry, Graham, Gary, isn't it? In Tala, isn't it? You've changed your handle. How dare you confuse me? Ivania Lee is saying to all a good morning from Aotearoa, land of the long white cloud. 9:16 a.m., 19 degrees Celsius. Wow. I mean, that's, at the beginning of the day. Good morning to you, Ivania. Happy Tuesday. Samantha Healy says, hello, Anthony and all the two. Wishing everyone a happy and healthy new year 2026. Many happy returns. Roberta Robbins reports it's minus 17 Celsius with the wind chill. Haha, Amadeus heard you say his name and naughty in the same sentence and just gave me the saddest look ever. No, Amadeus is a good boy. Isn't he? Yeah, Amadeus, don't worry, you're good. 4 degrees here, says Samantha. Realfield, 2 degrees from southern England. Wow. Almost time to christen our 2026 Mythical Ireland calendars. Woohoo! Says Michael Pike. Don't forget, the link is in the description if you want to order yours. So you're going to have to bear with me for a moment because I have to get my tea. My peppermint tea. I'm a bit, dry in the throat, a bit coffee, and yeah. There's this thing that's doing the rounds. Hang on a second. Yes. It got a bit of tea. I wonder if they can hear me. I hope so. I don't think the microphone can. Although it hears the dogs at a distance. I wonder, can they hear me talking to myself? Now everything is good. So one of the presents that I got for Christmas, one of the many lovely gifts that I got over the Christmas. Oh, you like this? Oh, you like this? It's a key ring, right? It's a dad joke generator. It's just a piece of plastic. A dad joke generator. How does it work? I'll tell you how it works. You get your smartphone and you put it up against the dad joke generator. Sorry, I will unlock my phone. And it gives you a joke. Spring is here. I got so excited I wet my plants. Actually, that joke is probably about 2 months early. I wondered why the frisbee kept on getting bigger. Then it hit me. I'm writing a book about hurricanes and tornadoes. It's only a draft at the moment. But I keep going. So look, dad joke generator, phone. Why did Cinderella get cut off? Sorry, why did Cinderella get cut from the softball team? She kept running away from the ball. I can go all night. Why do scuba divers fall backwards into the water? Because if they fell forwards, they'd still be in the boat. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot. Duh. Why did the computer keep sneezing? It had a virus. And why would we like it? Unless lots of, ooh, I want one. Yeah, you see, I told you. Anthony, I have one for you, says Elaine. If you're Russian when you go into the toilet and Finnish when you come out, what were you doing? What were you when you were in the toilet? European. Yeah. I'd never want to be a vegetarian. It'd just be a huge mist. It would be a huge mistake. I told a joke on a Teams meeting at work one day. Nobody laughed. Turns out I'm not even remotely funny. Will I keep going? Why can't pirates finish the alphabet? They get lost at sea. I just bought a dictionary, but all of the pages are blank. I have no words to describe how mad I am. What's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint. My wife asked me, are you sometimes surprised at how little people change? I said, actually, the process is the same. They just have tiny clothes. Did you know alligators... Sorry, this is my daughter. Did you know alligators can grow up to 15 feet? Me, wow. I thought most of them only had 4. I haven't tried yoga, but I have tried bending over to pick up my keys. So I'm pretty sure I'd hate yoga. How do you get a good price on a sled? You have to bargain. Terrible. That's, even by my poor standards, that's dreadful. If attacked by a mob of clowns, go for the juggler. They're getting worse, aren't they? They were good. I threw a ball for my dog. It's a bit extravagant, I know, but it was his birthday and he looks great in a tuxedo. Could you imagine Coda in a tuxedo and a dicky bow? What kind of doctor fixes broken websites? A urologist, a URLologist. Yeah, terrible. That's not even worth reading. What do you call a rooster staring at a pile of lettuce? A chicken Caesar salad. Make it stop, please stop. My wife screamed, "You haven't listened to a single word I've said, have you?" I was taken aback. What a weird way to start a conversation. I'll draw Coda in a tuxedo, says Rossio. Okay, the dog one was good, says Stacey Woodward. Thank you, Stacey. Aye, they are dripping rather low. Rossio's saying, please stop. My mum is asking me why I'm laughing so loud. And who do we blame for this? A family member. Yeah. Michael Pike is encouraging me to go ahead, clear them all. I don't know how many there are. Why are obtuse angles so depressed? Because they're never right. I hate it when people don't know the difference between your and your. They're so stupid. That's a visual joke. THERE, so stupid. I just bought Oh, yes, that one we had already. What do you call a superhero with a bad sense of direction? Wonder Woman. I'm reading a book about sandpaper. It's a work of friction. My son asked me to put his shoes on, but I don't think they'll fit me. What did the grape do when he got stepped on? He let out a little whine. Tomorrow, my wife and I are getting new glasses. And after that, we'll see. Right, one more. How much does a chimney cost? Nothing. It's on the house. Although another variant of that is that chimney prices have gone through the roof. Okay, one more. A guy walked into a bar and lost the limbo contest. Okay, one more. What do you instantly know about a well-dressed man? His wife is good at picking out clothes. So there you go. Dad joke generator. Simple, cheap, simple, but effective. Enough to keep me busy for hours and hours. Brendan reports that somebody raided all the Christmas crackers. Won't argue. George Clooney, Leo DiCaprio, and Matthew McConaughey make a movie. Clooney says, I'll direct. DiCaprio says, I'll produce. And Matthew McConaughey says, all right. Terrible. Yes. That's like Sylvester Stallone and trying to think of another. So Arnie's in this, right? Sylvester Stallone and Arnie, and I need another big sort of, I don't know, Jason Statham, and they're going to make a movie about composers. And Jason Statham says, I'll be Beethoven. And Sylvester Stallone says, I'll be Mozart. And Arnie says, I'm not saying it, guys. I'm not saying it. I'll be back. I'll be Bach. My teeth are hurting, says Rex. And? Is this my fault? The chimney one was very good. Yeah. You thought, I read 20 jokes and you thought one of them was good. Right. Sure, anyway. Sure, look, we're now half an hour in. Well, best part of half an hour. What are we even talking about today? I don't know. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about 2025. Yeah. What do we say about 2025? Let me have a look. Yeah. Glad to report an reasonably uneventful year. In January, the giant beech tree in front of Newgrange blew down in Storm Éowyn. Let me see now. Can I upload pictures and show you pictures like I did last time? Well, I'm sure I can. So let me try that here. Bear with me one moment. Can I find it now? Oh. So yeah, this could be a bit messy, but anyway, look, it is what it is. I'm uploading that now. The beech tree just clean fell over during the storm, and that is an image taken a day or two afterwards. And you can see the way the roots just all snapped and the whole tree blew off and blew down. Now, here's the thing, right? Bear with me while I tell you something interesting. Well, I hope you find it interesting. How do I stop that being the overlay? Haha! I can do that. Hey! Now you see it. Now you don't. Yeah. So ignore the fact that they're in a Star Wars box. This is a little keychain that somebody either gave me or gave someone else. But you see what it says on it? See what it says on the box? In October of 2022, while visiting Newgrange, I collected a number of seeds from that tree. And what I'd love to do, but I don't have the expertise, is to plant them and germinate them and grow saplings. And, plant somewhere, give them to people who would plant them and take care of them. Seeds from the Newgrange beech tree. I have about 20 seeds, I'd say. So I would take advice on that. But before it blew down, so again, just bear with me because there'll be a bit of this going on. Upload new overlay, right? There'll be a bit of this going on, as I say, so just bear with me. Just until I find before it blew down. This was taken in the winter of 2023. I took this image from the drone, and there she is in all her beautiful glory, covered in hoarfrost. One cold, icy, but bright morning in the middle of the winter in 2023. That was either late December or early January. I can't remember exactly which. So that is the beech tree there before it fell down in Storm Éowyn. So this might sort of go back and forwards a little bit. I have to keep an eye on the chat as well. So that was kind of sad news because that tree was one of the last remaining large trees. Because if you look at old photos of Newgrange, you'll see there were a number of very large trees that grew on the public road there in front of the monument. And that was one of the last survivors. Now let me see what else. I'm just trying to recall from pictures, as they say, what happened during the year. I'm scrolling back through my my backup of pictures. Yeah, in early February, I was witness to an extraordinary display of nature. Again, I need to upload this, so give me a moment. Yeah, and that was a starling murmuration at Loch Ennell in County Westmeath, and not too far from Mullingar. And myself and my good lady wife watched after sunset one evening on a grey day, tens of thousands of starlings murmurating at Loch Ennell. Absolutely mesmerizing. I've seen murmurations before, but I'd never seen one that big. And in fact, I must put that in my calendar to go back over there on a bright evening over the course of the next month or so. What else? Yes, in early February, I gave a talk to the Astrofest in Galway. That was supposed to happen the weekend of Storm Éowyn, but it didn't happen then. Yeah, and then also in February, my Mythical Ireland book was reprinted. Had been out of print for a couple of months. I don't know how many reprints that's been now, something like 4. That is probably my best-selling book of all time, just probably ahead of Island of the Setting Sun. What else now? Till I see here. Wait till I see here now. Hang on a second now. Hang on a moment. Did a podcast interview in Fornox with Brinsley McNamara of Weird Ireland in that's March, is it? Yeah, early March. And that hasn't been published yet. So I must get on to Brinsley and say, what's going on there? What else? Yeah. Somebody will prompt me as well. How old was the beech tree? Linda is asking. Actually, I don't know. I'd be guessing, but I would say at least 100 years old. That's what I would say, at least 100 years old, but probably older, to be honest. In March, I also in March, I gave a talk at Owen Macha at Navan Fort about prehistoric astronomy in Ireland. Just trying to scroll through here, because the pictures that you take are a good prompt as to what happened during the year, you know. Yes, is that March or April? I think that's March. Yeah, in March, I made some more drone discoveries. I think these, I'm 99.9% certain that these were reported. I reported them to the National Monument Service, of course, but I think I published these on Patreon and not on regular social media. So yet again, another reason to pop on over to patreon.com/Mythical Ireland and sign up as a patron at the Stone Age level, preferably the Bronze Age level. That's the best introductory level in terms of where you're going to get pictures, videos, podcasts, articles, blog posts, news updates, etc. Let me entertain you. Let me find a picture or two from the discoveries that I made in March. I found. Sorry, let's try to. Yeah, I found this previously unrecorded ring fort at a townland near Navan in County Meath called Morrill. The moral of the story is when you fly your drone, you find stuff. You can see the ring fort there. It actually looks a tiny bit like a drone henge. It's got the ring, but it's got that little. It's like a diamond ring, you know. It's got that little porch-like structure on it. So I don't know what that is, but yeah, that was in March. And I saw a picture. You'll know that last year in August 2024, I discovered a previously unrecorded hilltop enclosure, a prehistoric ceremonial enclosure at Heathtown near Fornox. And it showed up again in March in crop marks. I'm just going to show you that there now. Hope you can see that double ring there. It's kind of faint in places, but I was delighted to see it reappearing. What else have we got? Let me just catch up on the comments first before I go going too far. Amanda June is talking about Laura Gawala Aaron. Yeah, we did lots of episodes about that. If you search the YouTube channel, Amanda June, you'll find that we did quite a lot on that. To keep this group together for so long is amazing and shows how important Mythical Ireland is to like-minded, crazy followers of Mythical Ireland. Please keep up the work. Yeah, and if there were a few normal followers as well, that'd be also wonderful. Brendan, of course, you've been there for a long time, which is fantastic. You're at the right time to start those seeds. What a way to start 2026. Yeah, I know. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Dawn Hilton. The Black Book. Do you remember that? The Obsidian Book. Talk to someone at Ireland's Botanical Garden Society. They would know how to propagate the seeds into saplings. Yeah, I need help on that one, definitely. Michael Ray Fox also asking about the age of the tree that fell, and I don't know the answer. Helena Breen is watching. Hello, Helena. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Beech is not hard to grow, says Brendan. I remember when you found the one near Fornox, says Roberta. Can you please find some Roman structures next year? Well, that's a tough one because there are believed not to be any in Ireland, although there's some debate about that. Okay, continuing to scroll. Excuse me. So are we just going to sit here watching while he scrolls? We're watching Anthony scroll. Is that what it's? Is that what we've been reduced to now? Yeah. It's lovely when the spring sort of turns into early summer. April is a great month. Suddenly the days are long when the clocks go forward at the end of March, which is when they go forward here. You suddenly get these much longer days. I had a fabulous time at the Ishnock Fire Festival this year, and indeed gave a talk in the speaking tent there. What date was that? That was the 10th of May, wasn't it? Yeah, that was great. Great audience. And by the time I took this picture before I started, but by the time I finished, it was standing room only and lots of great questions at the end. Let me just find this for a second. Apologies. That's that one. Yeah. And I feel that I have to show you this one. The hawthorn tree at Douth. There's a hawthorn tree when you go in the gate over on the left-hand side near the hedge. And in May of this year, it was beautifully arrayed with white flowers, as the hawthorn trees generally are in May. But this was just particularly heavily covered with white. Yeah, I love that little hawthorn tree. Yeah, and I see I was at Loughcrew and Fornox with the Rathmichael Historical Society in May. We had a fabulous day up at Loughcrew. It was just most glorious. And another group at Tara. Ah, yeah, boring, says you. We don't want to hear the minutiae. Um, yeah. I'm filming for can't remember the name of the guy now. PBS. That's due to be aired starting in January in the US, talking about the Boyne Valley. Joint tour of Ishnok with Simon in early June. That was the June bank holiday weekend. Wow, how time flies. Like that's literally half a year ago already, at the height of the year when we were coming up to midsummer. And now we're just past midwinter. Yeah, a lot of pictures from my various private tours with various people through the year, various people in groups. Always very enjoyable. Oh, here's a picture you have to see. You've almost certainly seen it already. But hey, here we go. You ready? Here's a little surprise. Where is it now? There we go. You might recognize some of these people. So you know who that is on the left, and you have to know who that is on the right. But who's the lady in the middle? And that is our own Rocio, who is watching right now from Puebla, Mexico. Excuse me. This picture taken in the Boyne Valley on the 22nd of June. So the day after summer solstice, again, just over half a year ago. There she is, looking all bright and sunny and happy. And how brilliant it was to meet you and your lovely mum, Rocio. And that's something that's been brilliant for me over the last 5 years, is to meet so many of the Mythical Ireland, the Mythflix Tua. And those of you I haven't met yet, it'll come, because it's I couldn't, if I even tried to list, I wouldn't be able to. Yeah. So another one, I did a podcast interview with the lady in this photo, coming up shortly. That's available for patrons. The podcasts are, I don't know why it's rotated, because it's not rotated as I'm looking at it. Anyway, forgive the rotation. But that lady's name is Anne Harper. Harper by name, Harper by nature. And myself and my good lady wife stayed up there with them for the weekend. And I did a podcast interview about Knock Ivy and the campaign there to save the Neolithic cairn on its summit from development. Again, if you become a Mythical Ireland Bronze Age patron right now, you will automatically have access to everything that's been published on Patreon for Bronze Age patrons since June or July of 2020 or 2017. Mythical Ireland has been on Patreon for 7 or 8 years now. So if you join now, as well as getting all the stuff that will be published from here on in, you will also have access to all the stuff that has been published. I hope I'm not boring you, by the way. It's a bit of a... I hope to book you for a tour next September, please. Yes! The only thing I'd say about that, Lexi, is get in early, because September is actually the busiest month. I screamed so loud, I scared my mum. Stuck in the middle with you. Keep singing in my head, says Brendan. It stands alone. Don't mess with that one. That's the hawthorn tree at Douth. Alva Kelly also saying, yes, indeed. stunning blooming hawthorn tree. Yeah, it was really, really gorgeous, Very interesting, Stephanie. I look forward to reading what you have written. Let me just keep going. What else? What else says you? Okay. A few pictures at Newgrange, a few pictures at Tara, a few pictures at Nouth, a few pictures at Loughcrew, Fornox, and Douth, and isn't it well for me, says you? Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. And then the Ballor mural was painted here in Drogheda as part of the murals project, which I'm heavily involved in. Here is a picture of me with the artist upon completion of the mural. The artist is Moxaico, Moxaico. Let me just upload that to show you. Pardon me, these things take a few minutes, these things take a few moments. Stuck in the middle with you. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. And here we go. The Ballor mural was the 8th mural in the Drogheda Urban Art Trail. And they're all mythological, and they're all based on stories and deities and characters of myth with strong local connections to Drogheda and the Boyne Valley area. So that was great to see number 8 in that series. Let me see what else. I gave a talk in Athlone on community radio in Athlone. I give loads of talks this year. I give loads of talks every year. Became the chairman of Dundalk Amateur Radio Society in June. I knew you would be excited about that one. Just trying to find anything else that I'm missing. Led a lovely writers' retreat at Rossnaree in August. That was a lovely, lovely day out. Oh, nice. Picture of Loughcrew. I must share that one. Don't think I've shared that one yet. Fornox, Tara. Robbie Williams. Went to Robbie Williams' concert with me missus also in August. That was an absolute... That was brilliant. That was, fantastic. And there I am with Glenn and Cameron of Journeys with Soul. They've been hiring me as a guide since probably for the last 15 years or so. They come over annually with a group, sometimes more than once. A picture with Ken Whelan, who was the subject of a podcast I did for patrons about the salmon, the decline of the salmon, the Atlantic salmon in the River Boyne. The salmon that inspired the story of the salmon of knowledge. There's 2 podcasts dealing with that. And then a very, very special day for me. I think I have a picture or 2 here that I can show you. My first ever trip in a helicopter. And we took off from close to Fornox and flew over the Boyne Valley. And I was their guide at Fornox. And then as we flew over the Boyne Valley, I told them all about Newgrange and Nouth and Douth and the Hill of Tara. So that was a very, very memorable day. Another picture from inside the helicopter. And actually, that image is looking down upon the hill of Tara as we passed by and orbited. I think that's the word, an orbit. We did a couple of circuits. We did a couple of orbits around Tara. And yeah, that was both enjoyable and memorable. I mean, I was a bit nervous beforehand, but once we got up, it was a very smooth flight, extremely smooth. Like there was hardly any wind that day, and it was clear and sunny, and it was just brilliant. And oh yeah, there is a picture in early September. I took part in the Having a Lovely Time podcast with Dahi McGahan. You should be able to find that on YouTube or on Spotify. It's a free podcast. These are just highlights. I mean, there's tons more, you know. In September, also myself and Simon Chute of Monumental Ireland took a lovely group of people on a tour of megalithic Sligo, and we visited Creevy Keel, Court Tomb. We visited Carrowmore Megalithic Cemetery, and we also visited Carrow Keel on the Brickleave Mountains. That was a really, really wonderful day. I'm just going to upload one of the Carrow Keel images for you to have a quick look at. Hoping we can repeat that this year, fingers crossed. Must actually have a chat with Simon about that, about how he'd feel about doing it again. So that was up at Cairngee on the Brickleave Mountains at Carrow Keel. On a slightly windy, but otherwise slightly windy and cool, but otherwise sunny and bright day. Really, really brilliant. When we arrived there, it had been raining and big black cloud and a heavy shower. But just after we got off the bus and started walking up the hill, there we go. We were treated to blue skies. Oh yeah, here's one, right? Here's one. So quite often I bring groups, public tours and private tours to Fornox. And I would often say to people, because the weather changes so much in Ireland, I'd often say to people, the Mourne Mountains can be seen on a clear day, but half the time they can't be seen because of cloud, because of mist, because of rain, because of fog, because of haze. Well, here's what it looks like. Now, this is a zoomed-in photo taken with my phone, but this is how clear they are on a really clear day. This was taken in September. There is Sliabh Donard in the sort of slightly just left of centre of that view, the one that looks a little bit like a pyramid. And on the summit of Sliabh Donard in the Mourne Mountains in Northern Ireland, are the remnants of the highest passage tomb anywhere on the island of Ireland, highest in terms of elevation. So yeah, school tours, yes, I'm just scrolling here while you're looking at that image. Drogheda City Status launch event, yes. Amateur radio stuff, yes. Private tour stuff, yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots. My daughter passing her driving test. Woo! Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, and then the Lou Festival of Light, the 4th year running in Drogheda. Again, bringing myths and legends to life by projecting, basically video shows with music and narration onto Drogheda's landmarks. So that was spectacular. Let me just show you one image from that if I can. Again, thank you for your patience in bearing with me doing all these unprompted picture uploads. Where is it? Where is there we go. I'll return to the comments now. And that is St. Peter's Church in West Street here in Drogheda on the 25th of October. So I was delighted to see Lou Festival of Light returning for another year. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah, and well, the year wasn't without its sadness. And of course, in October, of course, it's rotated. In October, we had the dreadfully sad news of the passing of Moncon McGann, who was a brilliant author and broadcaster, a brilliant proponent of the Irish language and myth and legend and place, and so many things. But anyway, you might have seen it, but shortly after his passing, we did a special episode in tribute, which lasted for 2 hours. So I'll just share the link to that if you want to watch that back. That's a picture of Moncon and I in Clonakilty in Cork in 2023 for the Samhain Festival in Clonakilty, which we did a podcast for, which is also on this YouTube channel. Let me just share the tribute piece first. And then the podcast interview conversation that we did in Clonakilty is, oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Can't find it now. But if you bear with me, I will find it. So a huge loss, and a personal loss for me, because we had become friends, and we hit it off, as they say. And I'm only sorry that I'm delighted that there was a TV crew actually at the podcast, and I'm delighted that there is a very high quality video of our conversation. I'm only sad that we weren't able to have many more conversations, because that would have been, I'm sure, extraordinary. Mavanway is in the house. Hello, Mavanway. Good evening to you. 0 degrees, is it? Wow. Yeah. Do you do learning packs for schools in Ireland? No, but I should do, Helena, shouldn't I? Definitely a good idea. That's Reggae Rocker 22 saying, despite not being late, I believe you, I'll risk a comment to wish you, Anthony, and the entire Mythology Monday tour the very best for 2026. It's been my pleasure and privilege to join you all for the 25. Bear Bua. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, and many happy returns. And yeah, look, here's to many more of them in 2026. Please let us know more about the PBS. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There's so much, and I just find it all hard to remember. It's about Ireland, I know that much, and I don't know, does he do county by county? Apparently, he's very well known. If I share a picture of him, if I get a moment, of course I will do that. Yeah, and then the Samhain Festival, the Samhain Fire Festival at Ishnock was great fun as well. Had a great time there. Gave a talk with Simon Chute and met loads of familiar faces and a few unfamiliar faces and old friends and new. And then there was this extraordinary event in Drogheda. Trying to find the best picture possible. There was this extraordinary event in Drogheda, the Mass of the Bells in November, at which I, with Simon O'Dwyer of Ancient Music Ireland, played a number of replica instruments based on ancient instruments that have been found in Ireland. So I'm just going to try and share one picture, if I can find it. So many pictures in this folder. There you go. This is one of the rehearsals. The not Loch na Shade, the Ardbryn trumpets. So they're these trumpets that are actually mounted on poles. Very, very impressive instruments made of bronze. Fabulous stuff. And also played a wooden psalter horn and an irk. Yeah, I think there was a couple of prehistoric instruments, replicas, of course, but based entirely on instruments that have been found in archaeological settings in Ireland. Looking forward to doing more with Simon. In fact, I'd love to do a podcast conversation with Simon. We hit it off, shall we say. We got on like a house on fire. So I'm looking forward to more ancient music. What else? Yeah, then we're into December. Yeah, you've seen this, I'm sure, because it was shared on Mythical Ireland social media. But extraordinarily beautiful scenes from the air at Newgrange the week leading up to winter solstice. Captured some lovely drone images. And just to say, if you want to own your own copy, your own print of that image, you can do, because it's available as a Mythical Ireland limited edition print at the link that I'm just about to share in the comments. So there we go. Hopefully that will share now. And if it does, I can take that picture off. I'm just trying to remember, because there were, I'm trying to summarize. I know I'm all over the place, really. Yeah, so there's a longer written tribute to Moncon on the Mythical Ireland blog, which I will share a link to also, if you haven't read it already. Oh, and of course, something that I totally forgot was that in March of 2025, the Mythical Ireland website celebrated 25 years on the internet. There was a flash sale at the time. It's not on anymore, but yeah, 25 years. The website came to life, came into being on the 16th of March in the year 2000. And what's amazing about that is how much changes. None of my kids had yet been born. Anne was pregnant on our eldest. So it's amazing all that has happened between then and now. There's probably more stuff that I'm forgetting. Please do feel free to prompt me if I am. Alan Hoskins is saying hello from Ballina, Killaloe, just home from visiting family in Galway. So I'll catch this later. Hope all well and see you next year. Yes, indeed, Alan. Hope Christmas was good to you. And yeah, looking forward to seeing a lot more of you in 2026. 25 years. Yes, indeed. A big year for Mythical Ireland. Such an ambience caught over Newgrange, says Helena. Yes, indeed. So don't forget, as I say, you can have your own limited edition print. Not Rick Steves. No, not Rick Steves. Let me go back and find the photo. When did I say that was? That was March, was it? can't remember. It was earlier in the year. Let me just try and find it. And if I upload it, some of my American viewers might recognize the gentleman. I just can't remember his name, which I am embarrassed about, to be honest with you. Is it PBS? Michael Londra. Michael Londra. And it was in May, actually. So let me just find the image and I will share it gladly. Michael Londra. Does anybody know what that? He was very nice, very friendly, and we had a great conversation. And I was told that this program was going to be repeated, that it's going to be seen by millions, apparently. It's a program that's going to be repeated, time and again. Let me just, there's a... download and then upload. So it's Michael Londra, folks. Sorry about that. How many books did you have in the library back then? Yeah. I remember the first set of bookshelves, and there were maybe a couple of dozen books, how much the library has grown over the years. Michael Londra, let me just share a photo. I have to find it where I downloaded it to, so give me a moment. Apologies. I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope this isn't boring you to tears. If it's boring you to tears, I'm sure you've left already. Where is Mr. Londra? It's probably staring me. There it is. Anyway, there we go. It should pop up now in a moment. Now in a moment, as we say in Ireland. Well, it's either now or it's in a moment. 29th of May. And I think it's called Ireland with Michael. Broadcast on PBS in the USA and also shown on Aer Lingus transatlantic flights. There you go. Ireland with Michael. So I can share a link where you can go and explore more about Michael and his Irish adventures. Yes, indeed, says Adina. Got it right. 100%, Adina. Probably Mills and Boone and Enid Blyton. Yeah. And no, but I can tell you there probably would have been some Tolkien, because I'm definitely a bit of a Lord of the Rings fan. But yeah, wow, the library has taken over the whole house now. The library, I think I told you recently, is in 3 separate rooms now. There's probably stuff that I've forgotten, but it's for me. It's an immense pleasure. I live a very privileged life. I get to meet lots of fascinating and lovely people. I get to regularly visit the magnificent monuments and mythological landscapes that I write so much about. The only thing about 2025 that isn't sort of celebratory is the fact that I didn't write a book this year. So 2024, at the end, it was August 24, I brought out the Fornox book. That was the last book that I published. And that book has actually done very well, continues to sell. But Yeah, I have to get my skates on for 2026 and publish another book, at least one. Valentina Bernardi is saying, good evening from Glastonbury. Hello, Valentina. Thanks for joining us. Ivania says, either now or in a moment. I love that, and I'll be using it. First time I ever heard that. Well, we say, I'll do it now in a minute. That's exactly what we say. Well, I don't know if that's all across Ireland. Certainly here in Drogheda, a lot of people would say that. I'll do it now in a minute. Somebody's pressuring you to do something, Say, did you peel the spuds? I'll do it now in a minute. It's so funny because you'll either do it now or in a minute. You can't do both. But we say it, and it literally means I will do it imminently, the word now is redundant in that sentence. What it really means is I'll do it in a minute. But we're so funny the way we say things. The peculiarity of Irish speech. I'll do it now in a minute. Yeah. Helena says, great photo. Although I'm not sure which one you're talking about now because of, sorry. Yes. Vanry says, we say now in a minute in Wales. There you go. So it's not just a peculiar to Drogheda or Ireland. "25 years and 25,000 subscribers." Yes, on YouTube. A YouTube channel begun in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And back then, yeah, if you have a look, if you got time, there's how many videos are there on the Mythical Ireland YouTube channel? Something like 1,600. Yeah. If you go back to the very beginning, you'll see that the very first video uploaded to the Mythical Ireland YouTube channel was about flight simulation. It wasn't about myths and legends or archaeology at all. Anyway, there's some ham radio stuff on there as well. But anyway, it is what it is. It's an eclectic mix of things that I hope you find interesting. So if you are new to the live stream, don't forget the website is a substantial resource. That's mythicalireland.com. mythicalireland.ie will work also. But sign up to the free email newsletter to keep up to date with news and announcements. I'll share the link where you can do that, but it's basically on every page of the website. Wherever you are on the website, there is a form, usually down near the bottom, saying, become a Mythical Ireland insider. And you just put your email address in there and it'll send you an email and you just have to click confirm and then you're subscribed. Yeah, but I recently did a count for the about page on the Mythical Ireland website. I did a count the total number of followers of Mythical Ireland on the Facebook page, the Mythical Ireland community, Mythical Ireland Creatives, the YouTube channel, Instagram, Threads, X or Twitter, mailing list, Patreon, is 194,865. Now, I appreciate that some of those are duplicates. Some people follow both the Mythical Ireland page and are members of the Mythical Ireland community. Some follow the page and are also following on YouTube. Some are following on Facebook and Instagram. I understand, but that's the total. So not bad. Can I again suggest that you put all these live Irish myths on the beginning of your channel so everybody can easily find them? Yeah. So if you click home, yeah, it's not that easy to do, I don't think. But all you have to do is click the live tab, and they're all there. If you go to the Mythical Ireland YouTube channel and just click live, they're all there. Starting with 355 at the top, 354, 353, 352, 351, 350, 340, etc., etc., etc. And you go right down to the bottom. There's episode 300. There's episode 268, 240. They load as you scroll, So they're all there under one tab. So I don't know beyond that, Ola, if I can do what you're asking to do, to put them on the home page. Oh, it's really easy according to Indie Rigs. Okay. Well, maybe somebody can tell me how to do that, and I'll try and get that sorted out then. No problem. You should make a summary of everything we read in 20. Yeah, we got through a lot, though, in fairness, didn't we? Says you, I'm not surprised, since the episodes take, an hour and a half or whatever it is. Maybe my phone has to be unlocked for it to work. What do cows most like to read? Catalogues. Why are hairdressers never late for work? Because they know all the shortcuts. I ran out of toilet paper, so I've begun using old newspapers. The times are rough. Finally, my winter fat has gone. Now I have spring rolls. My wife just confessed that she broke my favorite lamp. I don't think I'll be able to look at her in the same light again. I heard that by law, you need to turn on your headlights when it's raining in Sweden. How am I supposed to know when it's raining in Sweden? Oh, terrible. Will I continue? Thank you, Anne McCallum. And many happy returns. And the same to you. I hope that 2026 is a great year for all of you. Michael Ray Fox. I said Michael J. Fox. Michael Ray Fox has to run. No problem, Michael. Thanks for joining us. See you in 2026, hopefully. Many happy returns, Elaine. I think people are getting the impression that it's like he's telling jokes again. The episode must be nearly over. I wish they were on the front page. You see, maybe what I see is not the same as what you see because I'm logged in. I don't know. I have to try and figure it out. Thank you, Catherine Cleary. Happy New Year to you. Oh, another one. I know. Another one. I took a job as the head of Old MacDonald's Farm. I'm the CIEIO. Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? In case they get a hole in one. My wife asked me today if I had seen the dog bowl. I said, no, I didn't even know he could bowl. My wife is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and write. Terrible. I think I told that one before. What do sprinters eat before a race? Nothing. They fast. Terrible. What did the late tomato say to the early tomato? I'll catch up. Why did the crab never share? Because he's shellfish. My wife texted me, I love you. I said, that's my favorite letter too. What do you call a group of men waiting for a haircut? A barbecue. What do you call a fish with no eyes? A fish. It's terrible. Every morning, I announce loudly to my family that I'm going jogging, but then I don't go. It's a running joke. What do you call somebody with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. What fruit do twins love? You can guess it. Go on, go on, go on. Guess it. I usually don't laugh at dad jokes, but the dog bowl got me, says Mavanwi. So what fruit do twins love? I'm waiting for... No, I'm not telling you until somebody pops up with the answer. Taps desk while waiting patiently. Or impatiently, if we prefer. Double mint gum. Okay, that's clearly not an answer to my question, since I said, what fruit do twins love? I'll give you a clue. It's not bananas. Mara Elaine O'Grady says, so bad, Anthony, and so good. Hey, when it comes to humor, we like to scrape the bottom of the barrel. No, it's not banana. Twins. Oh, what fruit do twins love? Come on, somebody, please put us out of our misery, because everyone else is kind of going, is it finished yet? You know. Yes, indeed, Desiree. Pears. Yes, correct and right. Some good laughs to close out 2025. Thanks for a great year of MI episodes, Anthony. Thank you, Mariana, for your support. And thank you to all the Mythical Ireland patrons, because you're making it happen. And without you particularly, yes, I could do live streams continuously, yes. But in terms of supporting everything else, you make it all happen. Okay, one more. I burnt my Hawaiian pizza in the oven today. I should have cooked it at aloha temperature. Terrible. If attacked by a mob of... Yes, we had that one. What kind of music do astronauts listen to? Neptunes. And where do they listen to it? In the space bar. Oh, never mind. I'm so good at sleeping, I can do it with my eyes closed. One of the ants on my ant farm dresses up as a clown to cheer up his friends. He's an anti-depress ant. I put up a high voltage electric fence around my property over the weekend. Yeah, I remember this one before. My neighbor is dead against it. Yes, okay. Before they go too far down into the bottom of the barrel, yes, thank you all indeed. Thank you for being there in 2025. Hope you've enjoyed the journey so far. And yeah, here's looking to hopefully do more of it in 2026 and have lots of fun and learning and entertainment and education and fascination on the way. What are we, 29th? Yeah, so 2 more full days of 2025 left. And yeah, I would say that from my point of view, it has been a very good year, with some highs and some lows. And in particular, the passing of Moncon, which has been acutely felt right across, not just the island of Ireland, but indeed across the world. But he's up there in spirit, and the legacy lives on. What a legacy he has left behind. Anyway, so we'll see you all next year. Which reminds me, the next episode is due to stream on next Monday, which is the 5th of January. So, yeah, hopefully you'll all be out jogging and doing your exercises to shift those extra pounds from all of the lovely grub that you had over the Christmas, if you were lucky. And if you have such things, then you can count yourself among the fortunate and the blessed and the happy. And we'll see you in 2026. Linda, yes, indeed. And Leslie, Happy New Year. Be sensible now for those New Year's celebrations. Don't be doing any drunken dances. Thank you, Anthony, and everyone for the stories, the crack, and the rabbit holes through 2025. Looking forward to more and hopefully a tour in 2026. Have a fantastic New Year, all. Yes, indeed. Thank you. You cheered me up, says Lexi. Everyone stay warm and may 2026 be even better. Hear, hear. Dawn Hilton also saying, see you all in 2026. Great fun and levity, Anthony. Thank you, says Mara Elaine. Sure, look, you have to have a bit of fun, you know. Yeah. Some has and some booze for some of the jokes. I can't blame you. I'm just glad that you can't throw rotten fruit at me, because I'm quite sure it'd be plastered in it. Happy New Year, Brendan. Hope it's a great one for you. Thanks for all your company in 2025. Stephanie, we'll see you before too long in person. Stephanie up at the Military Museum. Sláinte Aratoa, Slán Gafol Avrian, Alva Kelly. 2026 is going to be a great year. I like that kind of talk. Thank you, Rossio. Discovering your channel and all this beautiful community is one of the most wonderful things that happened to me. Happy New Year to everyone. Feliz Navidad, amigos. Yes, indeed. Feliz Navidad. Valentina, see you next year. Have a good ending and a better beginning. Yeah, I like that. Hoping 2026 will bring new home, new driver licenses, and a new life in Ireland for us, says Amanda June. Yeah. Down in Cork. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you at some stage. Boyne Valley Pipe Craft is saying, well done, Anthony. Fantastic as always. Thank you indeed for joining us. Send smiles instead. So all that remains for me to say at this point of the evening is thank you, Happy New Year, belated Happy Christmas and Happy Solstice, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you all in the new year. In the meantime, Igawa Kolosov, Slán Gafol, August Town Gupokey.